Hello, fermented folks.
We have P. Jelly Clark.
All Makatsu.
We have Travis Baldry.
Today we have a really special guest, Leopoldo Gout.
Are you reeling it in and defending clowns?
I am. Earth doesn't even exist in Battlestar Galactica.
This show gives me heartburn. I was like, I loves it, I hate it.
It's called All Fluff.
Oh!
If you didn't know how I actually feel about The Mandalorian,
Don't worry,
this is it right here.
Yeah.
Hello, fermented folks, and welcome to another episode of Fermented Fiction, this show where we debate the best movies, books, and shows in the genre fiction realm with our distinguished guests. Said guest tonight is Jamie Lee, and I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I should have asked you that in the green room.
It was covered. So had you been on time?
Yep. Wozniak got it.
Wozniak. See, that's why I delegate to Wozniak.
The Apple
He's so much
one
better
right
at
here.
this than me.
Yep.
That's why we got the Woz, man.
Jamie Lee Song.
No, totally fine. It's song, like sing a song.
Excellent. Jamie Lee Song. And we are so excited to have you on the show. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm so excited as well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Jamie reached out and was like I saw Jamie talking about Obsession. I think I commented some kind of exchange like that. And I was immediately like, we got to do that episode. Travis had already put the bug in my ear because he saw it well before me. And there's a reason for the hype, but whether the dice gods or us actually believe in any of it, that's to be determined. First, we'll do what we always do, which is go around the table, introduce a brief introduction to ourselves in case you're new to the show, and then a personal update. We'll end with Jamie so she can introduce herself and her work. Travis, what's up?
Well, my Bluetooth headphones aren't working right now, which are these like specialized over-the-ear shock ones.
Sure.
And I'm literally throughout this episode probably going to be doing exactly what I have to do right now, which is shove this thing into my cauliflower ear and hope that it sticks.
You need like a little rubber mallet.
I do. I need a little tapper. If you get into fighting sports, just know that this will probably happen to you eventually. It's a byproduct. It
is. All right. And do you want to introduce yourself briefly? Because we have lots of new viewers these days.
I'm Travis Vermolum. I'm Clay's brother. I'm a teacher. I write primarily nonfiction, lots of reviews online at Meathead Media. Check us out. And hopefully get into some quarterly like critique stuff that'll take more research time on. But that might be too ambitious, but we'll see. Coming soon, maybe.
Travis Vermolum, coming soon, maybe. Excellent.
Maybe.
In a world where that was Travis's introduction for himself.
Yep.
One man stands to come next in line.
I sure do. Don't I ever? Well, hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. I'm Jeremy.
Hello.
Welcome to this show. And welcome to you, Random OG Beats. I see you.
Hell yeah, OG Beats. What's up?
Yeah. Thank you for coming. For those who don't know me, that's probably because you weren't watching this show previously. Because this happens to be most of where I exist. Yeah. For an update, for regular-ish viewers of the show might know that I'm working on writing, and one thing that I've been trying recently to try and get into the right headspace is I am listening to an old playlist that I have that just happens to coincide with the main character's mental state.
Sure.
So that's, I don't know if it works, but there's some good jams in there.
Yeah. Well, you're listening to bangers at the end of the day. It's still a win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Okay. Well, thanks, man. Good to see you. Glad the writing has picked up. once again. I'm Clay. I'm a Pacific Northwest-based horror writer, and I'm working on my rock climbing horror trilogy right now. If you want to read my stuff, Crevasse and Cairn. Cairn is fresh from the presses from Dark Forest Press. Ask me more about that in the comments or whatever. And for a personal update, I just did the show yesterday. I'm terrible at these personal update questions. I always forget about them until this exact moment. So yeah, I already told you guys about the Cobb workshop, which is on this super secluded island. I talked about it last night, but I'm very excited about that. Today I did a lot of weed whacking.
Nice.
So that's an update.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Because literally the grass is like taller than me, which isn't a mighty feat, but like for grass, it's something of a feat anyway, 5 foot 4 feet to be exact. And so I was like scything away at this jungle bursting from my fence line today for a solid like 2 hours, and that was a good time. That's my update. Jamie, please tell the audience something that's actually interesting, like about you and where they can find you online and what you're working on.
Yeah, so I am an author of thriller books. I'm actually I'm working on a horror though at the moment. So I'm doing kind of switching gears, like dipping a little pinky toe into speculative horror. And it is halfway done. That half is with my agent right now. And she keeps promising me she's going to read it. I have yet to hear back, but she's very busy. It's fine. She's just really busy. But my thriller books are with Blake Union. My first one is Salthouse Place. And it is a cult thriller set on the Oregon coast. Nice. The second one is Always the Quiet Ones, and that is kind of a millennial take on Strangers on the Train. And nice. It is about two female lawyers who decide they are going to each kill each other's toxic male bosses.
Okay.
There you go.
So, yes.
Nice.
And for a living, I write contracts. So I always say I have to write something more interesting after work, which is obviously killing people.
Yeah, I mean, you know how to get around everything that you're going to do, that you're going to write about. Yeah. So
sure,
you've got a huge leg up on a lot of people.
Do you ever? We'll have a pre-question this time because you just brought up a good point of. Do you ever is there contract stuff in movies, and are you ever bothered by it? Where it's like that's not how that works.
Good question.
I'm the worst. I'm like the worst ever because when I get contracts in my real life, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's boilerplate. It's all boilerplate. Yeah. Yep. So I'm really bad at that. In movies, it's so funny. So I'm actually I was working on some research and studying very boring things. But I was like looking at, there are these different ideas of contracts and law, and not specifically contracts, but like double jeopardy. And I was like, that movie isn't about double jeopardy at all. Or like clear and present danger, not about clear and present danger at all.
No.
At all. So
the danger is clear and present.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is there what's something in a movie that's like contractual?
I don't know. I've always wondered about like the deals with the devil. Like who's writing those contracts?
Faustian
does he just have does he have like an underling?
The devil usually.
Like writing the devil wouldn't write his own contracts.
He's not writing his own contract. He definitely delegates. The devil.
He's got people.
He passes it off to an intern. Whatever.
Yeah,
man.
he's got people.
I mean, but if the devil's lawyers have got to be the best lawyers.
Oh yeah,
ever.
Yeah. They're slipping things in there. They're loopholing the hell out of you.
Those are like ironclad for sure.
Yeah, he's got all the Saul Goodmans down there with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And
that would be a fun story to have like somebody like find the loopholes in the devil's document and just like, take him down via courtroom.
In court.
That'd be great.
That would be fun. Well, there you go. That's a great idea. Jamie, thank you for sharing. And where can people find your books? I guess they would go right to your publisher's website. But yeah, where can people interact with you or follow you online?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Jamie Lee Songwrites. You can visit my website. You can find my books on Amazon, bookshop.org. Request them through your local library. That's what I love telling people to do. That's honestly my favorite. If I hear people getting my books through the library, I love that.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. That's one of the best ways you can get yourself out there as an indie writer for sure, or like a smaller published author, whatever level you might be. If you can get in the libraries, that's always a good thing.
Yes.
And huge readers like advocating for you, it's definitely the way to go. Another sneaky way you can support your favorite writers if you want to take an active role in that. Just go to the library. Even if you've already read the book, you can still just be like, I want this book. And then they'll get it. Go ahead and check it out and then return it. And someone else will read it, and now it'll be in the library. It's a good thing to do. Yeah. Do that for Jamie's books and for Crevasse and Karen. And, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into this thing.
Flip and do it.
So today, we're talking about Obsession. You've heard about it, I'm sure, as long as you're on the internet at all. And since you're watching the show, I assume that you are. This is the story of a love wish gone very, 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 very badly. And a warning, if you haven't seen Obsession yet, it's a really new movie and it's really awesome. So you should go check it out in the theaters and then come back if you don't want spoilers. We will spoil everything on the show.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah. Yep. If you haven't seen it, go do that because it's still in theaters. And then come back. If you don't care about spoilers, that won't ruin it for you. I know some people like to view that way. We're about to spoil it. And you'll know what's happening. Like right now that I've given that warning, I'll go ahead and tell y'all that cat dies for sure. Like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like
3
super
times.
dead.
And I just watched Undertone where there's like killing a bunch of like children. I was like, I guess we're bringing all that stuff back. Yeah. We're just bringing it all back. Horror genre.
Disturbing stuff.
So there's your first spoiler of the night. Cat doesn't go well for the cat.
Cat doesn't make
so
it.
If that bothers you, you should leave now as well because there's going to be a lot of cat murder jokes. They're inevitable. Yep.
It's gonna. You can't not.
You can't not. My beer of the week is a cat murder joke. Another spoiler. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I love cats. I love my cat, but it's inevitable with this movie. All right, so that's Obsession. We've got our character Bear who wishes that his crush would love him more than anyone in the world, and boy, does she. Right after that, horror happens for the rest of the movie, and it's fucking terrifying and really fast-paced, and go watch it if you want to know too much more, or keep listening. We're going to do our debate now. If you don't know how that works, we're rolling 2d20s, high roll. We'll debate that Obsession rocks. Low roll, we'll debate that it sucks, regardless of anyone actually thinks. And we'll have 10 minutes for both contestants, so no filibustering. Are you guys ready to roll the dice and debate Obsession? Travis will be representing Fermented Fiction. Jamie will be representing the entirety of the fiction realm.
Oh, no. Wonderful.
No pressure. Debate.
No pressure at all.
Amazing. Shout out to my son Wyatt who let me borrow his D&D D20.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Shout out Wyatt.
But he was like, he asked a lot of questions about why I needed this before he went and got it out of his leather like pouch to give to me. So
what was a question you had to answer? I'm out of curiosity. What was
he was like, why? Because I said, hey, do you have a D20? Can I use it? He was like, why? Why? He's like, I need it for a podcast I'm going to be on. He's like, why? I was like, I'm not actually sure. I just know I need to roll one. And
you got it or don't you? Come on, man.
Then he
like you're trying to borrow his.
Yeah,
like you're trying to borrow his lawnmower. He's like, where you gonna go with it?
Yeah,
what are you mowing with it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Okay, well, Wyatt, shout out, and I hope your dice rolls well for your mother. Travis, you ready to roll?
I'm ready with my high risk, high reward dice. More 20s, but more 1s. So we'll see.
Hell yeah. Okay, so You guys do that, Jeremy. Count them in. I'm gonna disappear.
All right. Now we're gonna go for it. Let's get wild. Let's get weird. Clean fight, maybe.
Well,
Who
we got to
knows?
roll first.
Yeah.
You got to roll first. Hey, roll
Come
it.
on, Jeremy.
Roll it.
What'd you roll,
Look,
Jamie? Did you
Wait,
roll?
what about? Okay, I gotta roll.
Yeah, you got to roll.
I got a 6.
Oh, I got
Ooh.
an 18. So.
Ding. Well, I
means
guess
I get to
Travis
argue
loves this
for.
movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you have to argue against, Jamie. You hate it. You hate
I
this
Oh
movie.
yeah,
hate.
absolutely
this movie.
hate it. Mm.
Absolutely hated it. Okay.
All right. You want to count us in, Jeremy?
Oh yeah. Let's get in there and let's do it. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. As the 4 argument, I get to start, and I will say I'm so glad I rolled high because we're going to get into the box office of this movie, and I'm not going to say any of those details right now because we'll talk about it during the trivia section, but it 1000% earned every penny that it continues to make because this movie is bananas good. It is creepy. It is well filmed by an inaugural director, Curry Baker's first feature film, and he looks like most experts making horror films today, like if not better than a lot of them. The lighting is phenomenal. The sound use is phenomenal. The acting is next level. I'm gonna say her name wrong probably, but Indy Navarrete, yes, I hope, is just incredible. Like, watch out for her. She's going places after this performance. She's definitely gonna get any role she wants because she plays with emotion like, it's her job. Like, she's a damn professional and she shows it. It's very, very good. And the plot line is simple, but so brisk and engaging. It's just exactly what it purports to be. It doesn't lie to you about, hey, man makes wish that woman loves him more than anyone else in the world. That's what happens, and terror ensues. And you get this like sense of dread that just continually escalates as you see what that actually means when we hope for something that really maybe we should have thought about a lot longer and deeper. It has a lot of deep, like, hidden commentary on, I'd say, on masculinity, on femininity, on the dating world and like the poisons that can happen there, especially in the age of like online swipe dating culture. There's just so many conversations that you can have. It's one of the movies I go to movies by myself mostly because I don't have a lot of friends that are movie nerds like me in this town. But it was one that I was actually quite disappointed that I did because I would have loved to have someone to walk away with and talk about all of the things that are implied and all of the absolute incredible stylistic choices that were made. So I really am curious to hear, Jamie, how you can possibly tear apart a masterpiece.
So I think this movie is a victim of its hype. I think it's overrated. At this point, we are just so inundated with all the memes, all the buzz, all the interviews, all the stars. So I think it's, at this point, it's just so overrated. I think that, I mean, as a individual and a woman in this world, I have a pretty high tolerance for like patriarchal propaganda, but I think this movie is just like a study in misogyny. Does not pass the Bechdel test. Does not pass the Bechdel test. I think that it takes the trope of the crazy ex-girlfriend and just like dials it up to a point that is terrifying, but like not for the right reasons, for all the wrong reasons. I think that the terror of having the crazy girlfriend or the crazy woman, the hysteria that is like so, you can trace that line through so many horror movies and like folk tales going all the way back to like The Witch, going all the way back to like Eve, right? Like there's this very long history that we have of the terror of women and the terror of autonomy of women. And I think this is just another movie that really feeds on that, but in the wrong ways. I think that it takes the bodies of the females that are in the movies and uses them purely as vehicles for like basically just being Bear, and his feelings. And it is really just kind of the male fantasy of the submissive woman, and how every man kind of wants that kind of just empty-headed woman that he can control. And then when that goes wrong, that's where the horror begins. And so that's why I think this movie isn't that great.
Yeah, I think you're like hitting on a lot of the truths that it talks about, but I don't know. I feel like the only way I could have seen that being the point is if I saw Bear as as like the protagonist, and he's certainly the like main character, but he's not a good person. And I think the movie is very loudly stating that he wants the submissive woman. He's like putting his impression of who Nikki is onto Nikki and trying to like force her to be that so that he can build up the confidence from his very anxious self to actually like have the guts to ask her on a date, but he never can. And so instead he goes to this like supernatural device to wish it upon her. And I think the movie's saying like, you can't do that. You can't like put this picturesque version of a girl that you think you like, but really what you like is yourself in her. Like that's what you're actually wishing for. And that becomes a horrifying like possession tale. And I really like how the movie does it with, we actually never know if Nikki's possessed by something, but we get these tiny little hints that the Nikki is not Nikki. There's all those little moments where you see like the real Nikki kind of come through, but it's never like lingered on. I really like what Baker did with that of like, is this a possession story? I think so, but he never tells us like fully. So that's what I think it is like he made this wish and he forced onto Nikki what he thought he wanted from Nikki instead of just like loving the woman that was in front of him. And not like, I'm married, I've been married for a year. And like, that's something that I don't think I ever would have met the incredible person who was my wife if I didn't get over myself and be like, I can't like force my view of what the perfect wife is on someone else. I have to just love the person they are because we're both people and we have to live together in this relationship. But this horror story tells like, no, if it's one-sided, like Bear wants it to be, here's that elevated to 50,000. Like, I think that's where I would differ on the opinion. I hope I wasn't too ranty there, but yeah, that's my rebuttal.
No, I totally understand. I think that when you were speaking to how her true, like the true Nikki is trying to break out, like I think that goes to the point that like when the true like autonomous Nikki was trying to break through, like that was the point where she needed to be silenced. And I think that was kind of another point where they, Bear and his wish needed to squash that and take her back to being the submissive, good Nikki that he wanted her to be. And I think that the treatment of the women in the movie is very much like in service to the men. And I think the fact too that Nikki then is out to destroy Sarah once she learns that Sarah might have a crush on Bear, like that's again, the patriarchy just pits women against each other. And if instead they had like, I don't know, I don't think they would have ever, never mind, ditch that. But I was going to say, maybe they should have just turned on Bear and like,
yeah,
taken him out of the equation. Cause I agree with you that he kind of was the problem. But I think that, that aspect of there not being a place for a strong Nikki in that relationship, that is where that story just kind of falls apart, in my opinion.
I can see that. I think again, it's a very intentional, and I think Curry Baker did a really good job of like focusing the story through the eyes of Bear and giving this really hard dance of like making him sympathetic enough that we're interested in following his story, but also so much clearly not in the right that we're frustrated with the actions that he will and will not take. And I say will not because I was like screaming in my head in the theater of like, just tell her that you like her, like in the car. And like the amount of people I've had to have that conversation with, myself included, like at a certain time in my life, I also did not have this confidence to approach, somebody that I found attractive. And you want to like shake people and be like, what? Just there's nothing, like you'll lose maybe a friend, but like if this is killing you this much, you have to try it. Instead of, this is the other thing that I'll argue I think the movie is really, really good at is this idea of the easy way out doesn't work. And I think that's something huge in our society right now. Another one of these deep themes that it talks about is like, we think about AI, we think about, I'm trying to think of another example that won't be too offensive. I'll stick with AI. AI is like the easy way out of things. And it's like that will lead down a road that you don't want to go to because you'll get the evil Nikki possession thing. I'm done.
Yeah, you're done. Everybody be cool, man.
Let's be cool.
Let's all calm
good
down.
debate, Jamie. Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
Everybody calm down.
Hopefully I didn't hog the mic too much.
No, not at all.
You hogged it exactly enough.
All right. And that brings us around to our drink of the week, and then we'll find out what everybody really thought, which I cannot wait for. And we'll talk about all of our opinions about the movie. All right. What's everybody got? Let's start with you. Let's start with you, Jamie. What do you have?
I have a couple. I have my emotional support water bottle filled with water.
Sure.
Nice.
Very good.
Allegedly.
I also have Trader Joe's berry sparkling lemonade, but I put it in a wine glass to be fancy.
Nice.
Oh, that's so fancy.
I wish
just
we
fancy.
had a Trader Joe's. I wish we had a Trader Joe's so bad.
It's amazing.
Trader Joe's snacks are the best.
They have all the snacks on
They
point.
have all the snacks on point.
Dude.
Yeah.
So true.
I will say, you know where you can find really good snacks, to be honest, though, is Grocery Outlet. You just have to go in. You just have to go in with it. You have to go in with an open mind, but you can find some good stuff in there. I'm telling you. Okay. Jamie, thank you. Jeremy, what do you got?
Hey, what I got, I brought something very thematic this time.
Sure.
And stay with me. What I have is this bottle of black velvet that's had one of my dad's whiskey sticks in it for about a year.
Oh, you're
Now,
trying
black
the whiskey
velvet,
stick.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, it generally tastes like the color brown wants to kill you. But you know, one of these bad boys in there, it starts getting drinkable in as little as 30 days. And that's a guarantee to absolutely no one, for absolutely no one.
Notice that he said drinkable, not good.
Yeah, those are distinctly different.
Yep. Exactly. Good takes a little longer. So, you know, hey, all that said, I have some whiskey that is way better than it should be. So there you go.
Right.
All right. That's great. Travis, what do you got?
I am taking a break from the bourbon because I finished last night's episode. I finished this bottle of 1792. So,
way to go, man.
I'm on Lockhorn. Lockhorn ciders were in my fridge. The Rocky Mountain Raspberry has got a goat on it.
Ooh.
And
Look at that guy.
Hey, maybe this
There you
is
go,
the goat.
man.
This movie is really good. So
I also wear a goat shirt today. Or nope, I wore Jay Daniels. Never mind.
you wore Jay Daniels.
I thought I wore my I almost wore Black Phillip. I was between the two.
Mm.
What I wasn't between though was my beer, because I went to my local tap room I always just see if I can find something thematic, and if I can't, I just get something I'm interested in. This time I found both. So I went to our friends at Fat Orange Cat, which is a great indie brewery. If you've never had them, they're super good. I recommend them. They have tons of good beers. I think they're from Connecticut. Yeah, Connecticut.
Maybe.
They're really, really good. Recommend them. Here is the perfect beer for this episode. It is called Weekend at Kitty's. And it's that.
Nice.
It's a
That's
little cats
amazing.
animating their old cat lady.
Nice.
And given that there's a fan theory that Sandy is actually possessing Nikki, and this is a cat's love to the most extreme extent.
Oh.
This is a fan theory out there. So I was like, I mean, it's perfect. And then at the end of drinking this beer, I will, of course, give y'all my verdict
All right.
on cat.
All right. While we drink, and before we get Clayton's verdict, it's time for some trivia, people. And buckle in, because I have things to talk about. I have 10 facts. If anyone has more facts after my facts and before the box office stuff, please hop in there. Jamie, Clay, and Jeremy, if you have extras after my 10, please state them. This movie was filmed in just 20 days. That's fact number 1. Crazy. Director Curry Baker's stylistic approach throughout this film was to avoid cutting unless absolutely necessary and to eliminate insert shots entirely, with the sole exception being shots of something at which a character is actively looking. The entire film is constructed from the perspective of Bear. So I thought that was really a good way to do it. We'll kind of get into perspective questions, hopefully, when we talk about the general discussion stuff. This one was fun. The music store scenes were filmed at Cassell's Music in San Fernando, California, which is the same music store in Wayne's World where Mike Myers' character pines for the 1964 Fender Stratocaster.
Sure.
So we got a little Easter egg of Wayne's World in there. Despite being the engine of the horror in this film, Indy Navarrete is not actually a fan of horror films. Michael Johnson recalled watching Hereditary with her and said she literally ran out of the room. So she is not a fan of them, even though she's now in a great one and did so good. The central wish device, the One Wish Willow, was partly inspired by a prank pen that director Curry Baker used to play with as a child. Production designer Vivian Gray and property master Luke Cole actually tracked down one of the pens, dissected it, and incorporated a piece of its snapping mechanism into the One Wish Willow prop, which is cool. The incredibly small budget meant some sacrifices had to be made on lighting, and I love this fact because I will nerd out about the lighting. I think it's really good. But to compensate, in many of the darker scenes, Indy Navarrete wore makeup, which combined aging effects on her face and irises painted over her eyelids. The result is that in the darkest moments, Nikki's face is firmly in the uncanny valley with seemingly glowing black eyes, the image of which became some of the most iconic featured on the posters. So they used makeup to kind of supplement for some of those darker scenes and make her look even creepier, which I think worked. In some of the scenes with Nikki and Bear, before he makes the wish, director Curry Baker had Indy Navarrete do 2 different takes of the same scene. This has been done by a lot of directors before, and I always like when it is done, and I like hearing these stories, but having her do 1 take where she has to act as if she's actually interested in Bear, and 1 take where she actually isn't interested in Bear, and then he cut those together. So it kind of caused that confusion of like, does she like him? Does she not? We don't know. So that was a really cool, intentional directing choice. A similar method was utilized in American Psycho, where Willem Dafoe delivered some of his lines with different suspicions about Christian Bale's character, and then they cut them together. Director Curry Baker told The New Yorker that he asked his father, who's a playwright, Jeff Barker, to write some of the monologues, including Nikki's Hansel and Gretel scene.
That's so awesome.
Steven
I was
Spielberg,
so happy.
Steven Spielberg is a fan of the film, and he's very excited. It has become the first non-Christmas released movie since Spielberg's E.T. to increase its box office gross in both its second and third weekends of release. So that hadn't been done since 1982 in a non-Christmas film.
Nice.
Curry Baker elaborated on some of the particulars of the One Wish Willow, stating, "It isn't inherently a genie, but Bear wished for exactly the wrong thing in the wrong, worst possible way." So, those are my 10 facts. Does anyone have any that I missed before we get into me nerding out about the box office for longer than I have on any movie before?
Just to expand on the uncanny makeup, that was like a TikTok makeup trend. So you know how, I mean, you guys don't, I was going to say, you know how, but you guys don't. So
I don't.
Makeup creators will create looks. And then of course, other makeup artists and people will just copy them and do their own spins. So that look went viral because it is so weird and creepy, and the makeup artist on the movie saw it and thought it would work perfectly, and it did.
That's awesome.
I do have to jump in. I was corrected. The YouTube comments, by the way, are
they're popping off right now.
But some of them are not fun to look at. But there is one. Ryan Olson corrected my pronunciation. I'm sorry, I've been saying Baker. It's Barker. Curry Barker, not Baker.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Apologize.
What are you doing?
Correcting.
Come on now. That's the one I didn't expect that to be the one they corrected.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to correct the other one. Okay. Right on.
That's one you can correct
guess
with
you got it under control.
confidence.
Yeah. Jeremy, do you have any more facts? We good?
Not a one. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can just go for it, man.
Travis,
I've been waiting for this one.
take it away. Bud.
I love paying attention to the box office because I want theaters to succeed, and it's been a rough couple of years for movie theaters since COVID. Still haven't gotten back up from being just booted down to the ground and repeatedly kicked in the face. But there's hope. Project Hail Mary kind of gave us a little boost here this year. And then this movie has legs. It already mentioned once, increased its box office subsequent 3 weekends in a row, which never happens. It stayed number one for 2 weekends in a row. Yo-yoed down to it's been in the number 5 all 5 weekends it's been in, which is also crazy. It went down to 5 for a little bit when Backrooms and Scary Movie first came out, and Masters of the Universe was at the front there for a second. But it's back at number 2. Like it went down and just came right back up. It's still making numbers. And then the other really exciting thing about why this movie or this movie's box office success is it's on the heels of Blair Witch as the second most profitable film of all time. It's grossed more money. So it beat Blair Witch in worldwide gross, but it has to get to 309.7 million to be more profitable because Blair Witch cost less. So it was a $750,000 movie. That's it. It is now at $294 million. It was purchased by Focus Features in a bidding war for $15 million. So they made bank on this. If it gets past that, which it could, 309.7 million, it will be the second most profitable film of all time. It will never beat Paranormal Activity. It would have to make
they filmed that movie for $15. So
it would have to make. It would literally have to make $9 billion.
Wait, how much?
What?
To get the same. Yeah.
Wait, give me sorry, I'm taking us off track, but give me the economics for Paranormal Activity, like super fast.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity had a $15,000 budget was all. And it made $193 million. So it made 12.9 times its budget. So if you times 750,000 by 12.9, it's $9 billion. Obsession would have to make $9 billion to be more profitable than Paranormal Activity. Never gonna happen.
No idea.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
Paranormal Activity was basically made for the cost of getting
like a
pizza
student
for
film.
the cast and crew.
It was not even that. The cast and crew, I don't think, made jack. It was the camera. The camera was like $6,000.
Yeah.
And everything else was like nothing. So that movie will never be surpassed. I don't think, never say never, but The fact that it's on the heels of Blair Witch is incredible. And it's really just shoved adrenaline straight into the vein of the box office. Backrooms was right on its heels. So I'm very excited for this year because it seems like maybe the money will actually start to show what the audiences want, which is original stories from new directors. Like it's there in black and white in the numbers. Hopefully the studios get the hint and we start getting more original idea attempts. I mean, we had Sinners last year too. So yeah, I'm very excited about this movie's box office performance, and I'm kind of rooting for it to take that second spot.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I'm rooting for it too. And on that note, let's find out if Jamie is actually rooting for it or if she truly does despise this movie. Jamie, what do you really think about Obsession?
I'm rooting for it. I love this movie. I did, however, go into it being anxious about the things that I was saying in my debate. Because we've all seen those movies and they are kind of obnoxious. So I had expressed nerves and anxiety around this. And I think that pretty quickly I was like reassured by everything about it, by the acting, the writing, the how it was being shot, like everything about it was so confident in its storytelling. I was just in for the ride. I was sold very quickly. And I think that obviously Indy's acting was like so good and so amazing. And I think it was her subtlety that really brought the character like such depth. And you could tell how the switching back and forth from the possession and the like those little breaks where she would come through and you could kind of hear how pained she was and the suffering she was in and all these things. And then the just kind of like the story of the questions that the friend group was having around it. I think everything around it just made it very interesting and not at all what I was expecting from this. I mean, this doesn't even have the trope. I wouldn't even call this like tropey at all. But from what I was expecting, it really turned it on its head. And so that's why I loved it so much.
All right.
Travis, what about you?
Yeah, I was not lying at all. Everything I said, I could say more and will say more. Obsession is phenomenal. I think on just a filmmaking level, it looks incredible. I can't believe this is Curry Barker's first movie. It's the lighting, the use of the lighting. Like I had goosebumps. The first scene when she like wakes up in the night and is standing in the corner. And the camera
so
like
stressed
pans.
out. I was so stressed out.
Yeah, you see her there and it like pans to the left and like you just see a faint outline of her. So like to read this thing of like, oh, the lighting gave them troubles is like, couldn't tell because that was like perfection where you had the doorway perfectly silhouetted with this like moonlight and then you just get a little bit of her traced on the outside. And then she comes to the center and does the creepy little like dance thing. I was like, oh, I am in. This is so terrifying. And also like, it's one of these movies that I'm seeing a trend more often of like a really, truly terrifying film, not afraid to be goofy. The money, again, spoilers for everybody. The like $1 million rain scene. I laughed my ass off when he's just like, I wish I had $1 million. And it just starts raining money. I was like, this is phenomenal. So there's like all these breaks where you get like actual, pretty truly human interactions and funny moments. And you see these people who they actually are. Like Ian is also a piece of crap, I think. And then I think this movie I liked so much because there was not to get too personal, hopefully, but there was a level to where like the bear was a guy I had to kill in myself. Like pretty, like, does that make sense? Like there was a moment in my life when I probably could have taken a road where I became the bear, where I was like, oh, no one likes me because I'm just edgy and I'm so nervous. I can't ask the girl out. And like, I luckily met like really great friends who were like, that's bullshit. Like, stop doing that. And now, you know, I'm living a good life and I'm happily with a wonderful woman. And so there was a lot of this movie where I was like, yeah, that is a thing. That is a horrifying personality that men can fall into easily. And I educate middle school boys, so I'm like very obsessed with this idea of like, how do we get men to develop in a way that is not toxic on either side of the spectrum? And this is one of the other sides that I'm like, I love that they made a movie with these deep themes, because I think it cries to a problem that I see I saw in myself, I see in people, that I think is something we need to avoid. Hopefully that wasn't too therapy stuff, but yeah, I really, really enjoyed this story, the way it was filmed, and the performances. Indy needs to be in everything. She was phenomenal.
She was amazing. It was just the right amount of therapy stuff, Travis. Jeremy,
Hey,
what do you got to say? What do you think about this movie?
I don't always want to be like a dissenting opinion.
We saw the Black Velvet. You're somewhere in the middle here.
I'm somewhere. Hey, look, look. There's clearly a lot to love in this movie. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Sure.
You know, like it's like the filmmaking on display, immaculate, like incredible framing, lighting, performances, all that good stuff. There's some good creepy stuff. This hits on one of my pet peeves, and it shows up in stories where it's like, oh, be careful what you wish for a little bit. And that's just like, Baron fully did not get his wish. Like, no part of that was anything he wished for. He was like, I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone in the world. What he got was his crush sent to hell while her body got possessed by a psychopath. That's
found a loophole. They found a loophole for sure.
That's 1,000,000% different from what he was going for. Now, like, hey,
that's fair. That's fair.
And you know, and the movie keeps kind of reinforcing how that's just he just fully doesn't get what he wished. Like, example, we're doing examples right now. All right, like.
I'm glad you told me a second time. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I love my wife more than anyone else in the entire world. And here's just a random list of things that I have actually never done with those feelings. I never shat on a rug. Not even once. I never fed her a beloved pet.
Sure.
Never. Not even once.
Yeah.
And I didn't even kill anyone.
Yet.
Random examples.
Well, aren't you just restrained,
Yeah,
Jeremy? Aren't you just so reasonable?
Wow.
Look, what I'm saying is, maybe Nikki has some feelings she needs to learn how to deal with better. But it's
maybe,
if we're saying it's Nikki showing love, but maybe we can just dial it back. Unless there's somebody out there in the world who just loves Baron that so much. And it's like wishing you're the strongest person on the beach, and then like Mr. Universe walks on the beach and you're just like, oh god. You know, maybe it's like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But mainly what I don't like is that it's the One Wish Willow thing, because you're just sort of living in a universe where all of a sudden the universe will be like, haha, you've activated my trap card. Like,
Yes. The universe is
movie-
just a mono blue player.
yeah,
The
exactly.
universe is a Yu-Gi-Oh episode.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Any episode of Yu-Gi-Oh, take your pick. Like, I think the movie would be better and more interesting if Baron maybe
Bear.
knew that this
Just Bear.
His full
Baron
name
is
is
short
Baron.
for Baron. His full
Is
name
it?
is Baron.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
I
The whole
stand.
time.
I'm an asshole.
Come on.
If you were late,
Maybe
you would have
he's
known
a
that.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Look, I think if Baron made like some amount of informed choice when making the wish, other than just being like a sad boy in a car, you know,
Yeah.
Sure.
but he had no reason to think that magic was real until after he made the wish, at which point he's just kind of boned. He's just
Sure.
really strongly boned, and he doesn't even know why. I don't even know why.
Well, there were several ways. that
Neither
he
does
could
the
have-
universe.
Several ways he could have worded that wish that weren't that. You know, like that was my initial thought. I was like, you could have just said, "I wish Nikki would go on a date with me," like, or I wish Nikki would ask me out.
I had the courage to say what I feel.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep. That's even.
Or
That's the
I
best
wish for
one.
infinite wishes, you know?
Or I wish for
Or
it.
yeah, or that.
Or
I
$1
mean,
million.
try that first.
Like
Yeah.
like Ian.
Always try that first. Really. But no,
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
$1 million,
Play.
if you did that wish right, that would be pretty good. I think there's trouble that could come from that, but you would kind of have to seek it out on your own volition. It wouldn't come as just attached to it automatically. You just have to learn how to launder money, you know,
yeah.
which is something that I think people can learn. I think people learn it every day, and it's something we could all learn if we had to survive.
Is that what we
Go watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah, watch Better Call Saul. That should get you through it. Or maybe talk to Jamie. She knows about contracts and stuff.
Yeah.
She just signed it.
I
This
don't
is
know.
boilerplate.
No, I'm not. For the record, for the transcript.
Yeah, let's be really clear. Jamie not engaging in money
not
laundering
Yeah.
any whatsoever at
Sure,
all.
Jamie.
Hey, everybody.
Sure.
And her
Don't do
agent is
crimes.
just really busy.
Yep.
She's really busy, guys.
This has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
No, this movie's awesome. I agree with what everybody is saying. And this is one of those that I feel like there's a reason what you were talking about, Travis, like this is pumped some energy back into the movie theater scene. And it's because going to a movie like this in the theater is a really special experience. It was awesome. You know, like I went with Deanna and she doesn't love horror movies, but like she has come to appreciate them and enjoy them. And she will go to like the good ones with me. She's not interested in cheesy ones, but the ones that are like supposed to be good, we go to those. And Obsession was like the best movie going experience I've had for a long time. It's so based on like relatable human reactions and relatable human experiences and like jokes, but cranked up to 11 about relationships. It's like, it's, you know, it's kind of like if the portrayal of things on Instagram, like in memes and whatnot, were happening in real life, that this is this movie, you know, if people reacted like memes. Cause she really is just every single one of those, sort of relationship jokes that they play upon, like the stay, you know, it's like get out of bed, you know, like that's just reality, you know. If you sleep with a partner regularly and you're the one who occasionally gets up late at night or something, it's always like, where are you going? You know, where are you going right now? I gotta know where you're going. And it plays on jokes like that are super relatable, and everybody just was laughing, and people were being like, "Oh, no fucking way!" And people were like, you know, being like, "Nope, don't go in there." You know, it's like it was a whole experience, and it was really, really fun. It's been a long time since I went to a movie that was like super energized like that.
Yeah.
And it did feel like there was a really special energy in the room while watching the movie. It was fun.
This is the first time in a while that I've done the like hiding behind the fingers thing. And it was the car scene, just because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
He's
Same,
like when he's
same.
in the car with
Yeah.
what's her name? Sarah, when he's in the car with Sarah and they keep showing the like window view, I was like, Nikki's coming through that window, but it just like kept teasing you, and I was like, God, no,
and you were just waiting, just waiting for it.
Like,
and then when it happens, it's so sudden and so brutal. It was just it was fucking incredible. Yeah, this movie, like, I really like the way it approached the big horror scenes too, because it really capitalized on like how quickly that actually would happen and how quickly it would be like completely a fucked situation. I love how, and it starts off like that, like, you know, it's going to be bad. They give you the little montage of like it going good, and you're like, cool. Everybody who's been in a relationship is like, that lasts about 2 weeks, what we're watching right now. And then what's going to happen after that? And it plays so well on that, like, and there were so many little details to kind of crank it up to 11 too, like when he's talking to her through the wall and she's in the shower and he says something that he's going to the boys' night, and the way she cranks the shower off, like, you can hear how hard that thing like hits, you know, and you're like, oh, she just about broke that shower handle just now, you know.
Well, and that scene is funny, like talking to what I think, Travis, what you were saying earlier, how it wasn't afraid to be kind of goofy and silly. Like the jokes were so on point, because I think in that scene, isn't he telling her through the shower to like not feed him the cat? Like, you can't.
He's also
you can't
doing
cook the cat.
You can't cook the cat.
The whole time he's like, yep, and the shower's going, and then he's like, by the way, I'm going to boys' night. And it's like, like now it's serious.
Yeah, now it's
cat
for real.
talk wasn't serious, but now it's serious.
That's a really good point. I hadn't even thought about that aspect of it. Man, this movie is hilarious and terrifying all at the same time. It does a really good job with like using its own predictability against you. I felt like that's what it kept doing to me, where it would do what you thought, but not exactly when you thought and not exactly how you thought. Like, we were all ready for her to burst through the window and attack her or something, but I did not expect just put a brick on the steering wheel, like, for a little extra oomph, you know? And it was just so savage.
And those graphics for $750K, I was like, that is gruesome shit.
It was super impressive. It was super impressive.
They used that budget.
I loved it because that's one of my pet peeves, Jeremy, that this film did right. It's when like it takes forever for somebody who's like really determined and really good or really good at killing people to kill somebody. You know, that's so annoying to me, because I think about like things that do it well and they just show it like how quickly it would really happen is they just fucking kill you. Like, if they had decided to kill you, they just would. They wouldn't monologue at you. They wouldn't need to chase you about. They'd catch you and they'd kill you because they do it all the time.
That's actually a little fun tangent. I work with two of the coaches I work with at the MMA gym do knife combatants. And that's one of the things that they teach people is like, if a guy just comes at you with a knife and is not saying anything, like, get the fuck out of there. Like, it's the ones that are like, I'm going to stab you. It's like, probably he won't. Probably he won't stab you.
Why are you
he
telling
wants
me
to
about
stab
it?
you. He's not going to stand around talking about
He's
it.
probably not going to stab you. But they're like, if he's just walking towards you with his hand down, it's like, yeah, that guy means business.
That guy's going to stab you. Yeah. Because it's a lot easier to stab someone if you don't tell them first. Like, nobody's like, oh, okay, go for it. Like, what are you looking for, a lower rib, or what's your deal? Like, I would prefer if you stayed away from my diaphragm.
Right here, bro.
Put it right here. I'll just flex. Go ahead, try to stab me. Yeah, no, I don't think that's how it generally goes. There might be the occasional situation like that, but
Sorry.
Yeah, man. Weapons are just more effective when you don't make threats with them.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're like nukes, then you really should be not doing it at all. But the threats,
maybe just don't.
The threats are really like are really what those are for.
There's a tangent.
Yeah. That's also a tangent. Well, maybe we'll do some of those tangents on the other side of our 5-minute break. But regardless, that's where we are right now. Everybody but Jeremy loves Obsession, and Jeremy's fine with it. He's gonna tolerate it, which is great. That's all we need from Jeremy. And Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you on the other side. We're going to play a video for 5 minutes. Jamie, please turn off your camera and your microphone because that will take you off the stage. And I'm going to play this video. See y'all on the other side. Goodbye. Hello, fermented folks. Welcome to another episode of Fermented Fiction, the first of our new season, and I believe it's season 4. The show where we drink beer and argue with each other and bring on really awesome creative guests.
If you'll permit me to go a little bit outside the box. Once upon a time, apparently, people used to sniff mummy remains, powdered mummy remains like cocaine. So I think 3 lines of powdered mummy remains, if you can get to that as well. Yeah, that'll get you right to really enjoy the movie, you know?
Dave told us all about making a mead, and I talk shit about Tom Bombadil, as I am wont to do whenever people bring up Lord of the Rings.
You would. You should.
And then that's
everybody
exactly what he
freaking
made.
chill about Tom Bombadil, or I'll get unreasonably upset.
So, in your assessment, what did you think of the everyone kind of paired off, or at least a number of people did, romantically? How'd you feel about that? Did that seem really forced and dumb to you, or?
Tom Bombadil is a merry old fellow with his bright blue jacket and his boots are yellow. Right?
It's our yellow.
Right.
Imagine discovering mummy remains and oh my God, these ancient figures. Dude, what if we crushed this and snorted it, yo? I bet we'd get fucked up.
Let's talk for a moment about the fucking all-star cast in this movie. We have Ewan McGregor slaughtering it the entire time, main character energy, top to bottom. You can't argue with it. Women want him, men want him, everybody wants Ewan McGregor. Okay? If you don't agree with that, you're lying to yourself.
Apparently she had a backstory, but they cut it because she's very hard-nosed at the beginning. And then I will say another pro of this movie is their chemistry is hot. And I feel like if they didn't have that chemistry, I would have been ugh. Because she says at one point, she's like, oh, it's the apocalypse. What are we going to do? Fuck. And he's and then later when they are kissing, if they didn't have chemistry and if it was 2 lesser actors, I think it would have been an eye roll, felt cheesy, but you feel their bond.
The Langoliers themselves were originally going to be portrayed by puppets. And I think maybe they should have. Maybe they should have.
Dude, that's amazing.
There's no maybe about that.
And I wish that I could say that there was something greater happening here than the war diary of a broken man living as sort of this White Tower academic with all of his friends sitting inside the Eagle and Child drinking beer and pretending Magic Lion Jesus isn't really silly. Because, it is. If we can just all be very honest with each other.
The Lord's work out there. Good job.
I like to think that I am. Most people aren't big enough, but I am. I'm willing to step up, you know?
Yeah. Dedicate that
yeah,
time. You're willing to dedicate that time.
The time, the money, all of it.
That was so painful. It's one of those painful things.
Oh, that was so
good.
That was so good. We've never been so savagely attacked by any author on their show. It's incredible. Yeah, man.
Yeah. You see those things?
Buttons or what?
Do them. Do all 3 of them.
Do it. Yeah,
and take the things home with you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
Please do
man.
comment, and subscribe. I know you have to hear it on every show. But it does really help the show out, and we are an indie venture, so all the help is much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching Fermented Fiction. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to keep saying it.
Substack.
Yeah.
Go to our Substack.
Do it, man.
We do stuff.
We do. We write stuff. We talk about stuff. We read stuff, but we don't really show you that part too often.
We've been
Yeah.
accused of being fanboys for this movie in the comments, and I assure you, if you go to our Substack, there are many movies that I am not a fanboy about and go hard on. So,
If you listen to many of my opinions, the fanboy thing kind of falls apart a little
Yeah.
bit.
this movie,
Well, unless we're
definitely-
talking about,
definitely a fanboy.
you know.
I love this movie.
If we're talking about Speed Racer, which I know you were
0 days.
alluding to,
0 days.
yeah, Speed Racer rips, dude.
0 days.
Beginning to end.
0
It
days
does
with
rip. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Perfect.
You know what
movie.
else rips?
Peak cinema.
Panel discussions. Let's
Panel
fucking rip
discussions.
into some questions that Travis has prepared
Right.
for us.
Okay, this first one, I hope I phrase it correctly. I think you'll understand what I'm trying to get to, though. The way I wrote it down is when the thing is really real. So, what I mean by that is, I think one thing I love about this movie is that they don't shy away from the like One Wish Willow being legit and just having the consequences of it be immediate. Because there's a lot of cursed item movies where it's like half of the film is dedicated to like, is it real? We got to go to the library and research it. And we find all this stuff about the people that used to use it. And then like someone dies and it's like, it is real. This movie's just like the moment he makes the wish, shit goes down. And then there's the scene where he goes into the store and they're like kind of playing with him a little. They're like, what are you talking about? We don't sell those. And then he's like, I'm just kidding. They're right here. He's like, what, did you make a bad wish? Like he just knows that it's legit. So I think that was a cool element. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, starting with you, Jamie, of like, can you think of another example that does that with either a cursed item or with something in the universe that's supernatural where it's unafraid to acknowledge that the thing just is what it says it is, and there isn't as much of the like doubt and skepticism around it?
I love the One Wish Willow because, like you said, it's established so quickly and the rules are so easy to follow. One of my pet peeves in horror movies are where there's a magical item or a cursed item and the rules kind of keep changing throughout the movie depending on what the story is trying to do. So I just liked that it was simple, you knew the rules. I liked that it had that little jingle that played whenever it got broke. So then that signaled obviously at the end when you knew that she had gotten a hold of it. We haven't even talked about like the customer service call, but that was one of my favorite parts and one of the funniest parts.
Do you want to talk to her? That's so creepy too.
So creepy.
Oh my gosh. That was one of the parts that was like so funny. And then the tone like turned so fast and it became one of the most horrific parts in the movie because you realized what was happening, or you realized, oh, she exists somewhere in a dimension of hell and this is not good. So I loved the One Wish Willow. I'm trying to think I just watched something recently and I won't be able to remember it off the top of my head right now, but it was similar in that it was a portal. It was a portal and they just like went through it. No questions asked. It was like, well, this is what we're doing. It's a portal. Let's go through. And the world was there. And everyone was like, okay, this is fine. We're just going to continue going about our journey. And I loved that. It was like, no, there was nothing to research. We're just doing this now. And it was amazing. It was like no time wasted. Wonderful. I loved it.
Nice.
Clay?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You.
I do really like, my obvious answer is Cabin in the Woods. Everybody saw that coming. But that's 0 days since I talked about Cabin in the Woods. And it's because it's just because it's true. Like they do the exact same thing. Like that's the first thing we see in the movie is this water cooler gossip scene, and I rant about the scene all the time because I love this scene. To me, it's one of the most terrifying scenes in the movie because the mundanity with which they treat the end of all humanity is terrifying. And if you really think about it, the world is run by people like that. Because if you get high enough that you're actually running shit, you don't think about people as people anymore. You think about them as numbers and margins and graphs, like statistics. So I just feel like that scene in Cabin in the Woods capitalizes on that, as does this movie, honestly, because that's exactly what we're seeing is like this transactional relationship upon a person's entire life and their entire autonomy and their being. Like they're in, everything about Nikki becomes a servant to that wish because the wish was forced upon her. And I think that happens to people all the time. I think it happens disproportionately to women on many different societal levels. And I think this film touches on all of that really, really well. And my other easy example would be Cabin in the Woods.
All right. Jeremy?
Yeah. And like outside of everybody else's examples, it's really hard to even think of something because like when you've got the one wish willow, it's there and it's real, and the people who know, they're just like, yeah, this works. You have people who fall into two camps, like one, this really works, two, don't open the box, it's a collectible type thing.
I forgot about
it's like,
that.
okay.
There's so many people like that. Yes.
I love this. Yeah, it shows it on the
and like
Reddit thread.
I would like to say, sorry to interrupt you, Jeremy. I would like to say, I hope that one of those collectors is the one who gets $1 billion without having to make a wish. Just selling this thing like a Magic the Gathering card that shouldn't exist, you know? Like honestly, that's how you should get $1 million. Just keep that wish and let it spread that they're real, and you'll get some good offers on that thing.
Yeah. Let all of them go away, and then you'll get good offers.
And then you don't even have to make a wish. You just have to be patient. Sorry, Jeremy. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But like, it's always so frustrating and so just flipping boring in a movie, a book, whatever, when you have the magic item pretending that it's not a magic item just because it's around somebody who would end the story if they knew it was actually magic. You know? It's like, so that it's only magic around the protagonist? Like, what? Why are you even...
The magic is directly related to the protagonist's orbit.
Yeah. And like you mentioned the call to customer service, which is a pretty fun and creepy scene, but like I love it the most when Baron just goes back into the store and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, those things are like fucking real." It's like, dude, you gotta help me. He's like, can't. I already used my wish. Like,
my wish. Yeah, and I wouldn't use it for you. Like, come on. What do you guys? Hold on. What did you guys think that guy wished for?
His business.
His business. Because like,
that's
how
what I
else
thought
would
too.
a crystal shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you wonder that?
It's
like,
not in business outside of magic.
Yeah.
Listen, crystal shops make sense to me these
crystal
days.
shops are everywhere.
There's a lot of
they all
people
stay in business?
buying crystals, but rug stores, those are mafia fronts for sure. I know nobody that
mattress
buys
stores and rug stores.
I bought 2 rugs from rug stores.
Okay. All right.
Come on, dude.
Well,
when you like hardwood floors, rugs are awesome because you can use them to add a bit of padding. You can use them to decorate. It's like some wall stuff, but on the floor. Rugs are great.
You can really pull the vibe of a room together.
Yeah. Quote the dude.
But the margins on rugs are large, I feel. And the margins
are
crystals,
catastrophic.
Not so much.
They're ridiculous.
The crystal margins are different. That is probably what the guy wished for, is success for his business.
That's what I assumed right away as well. So I'm glad we're all on the same page.
Do we know how much the One Wish Willow cost? Do we remember that?
I think it was like,
I'll look
it was like $7.99 or something.
It was cheap.
Crazy.
It was really cheap.
It was so cheap.
I also like how that guy too is just so nonchalant about it. He's like, "I'm just fucking with you. They're right there." It's so great. He's like, "What are you talking about?"
$7 for the one with Willow.
$7, man.
$7. Yep.
It's crazy, man. It's
I'm
just
such a sucker for genuine performances like that too. They go so far in selling everything. Like that joke on the page isn't as funny without the actor's like perfect delivery. It felt like one of those dumb jokes that someone at work, you've heard them tell it to a customer like 90 times. You guys know what I mean? Like oh, there's fucking Kurt with his joke. He always busts that one out. Like,
Kurt
always gets a
Kurt
laugh.
with
Not
his
sure how
fucking
much of a
joke.
pity laugh it is, but like that joke's coming. You're new here. But I feel like it had like that energy about it. Like he saw somebody with the curse and he was like, I've never heard of him. And then he's like, I'm just fucking with you. They're right there.
And he just like moved to the spot that they were in. I did not see that coming. I was very, very happy that they kind
that
of
was awesome.
Subverted
I
that
didn't either
feel.
because when I saw that,
I was so
annoyed.
much happier when I realized, oh, good, they didn't not exist the whole time.
Yes, yeah.
No. And
I
this
think
movie did that over and over.
I got to give
Just
2 examples
fully
for
real.
my own question. And one is the monkey does a little bit of what I'm talking about, where it like it sets up the thing and they have to prove it's real, but it kind of is really fast. And then I love that the monkey does basically Final Destination without the whole like, is death actually chasing us? Whoa. Like, most of the movie is just like
literally
don't-
death the entity?
Yeah, it's like don't mess with the monkey. That's like the movie.
Don't fuck with the monkey.
Like,
No,
I
If you
love
see that monkey, go away from it as far away from it as you can.
far
Don't be
as possible.
in its orbit.
Instead of the Final Destination thing being like, we have to track down the one guy that's cheated death, which is all 8 of the movies that have been made. But another one that's not in horror is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I think does a really good job at this of like stuff just happens that's not like is totally goofy and he just like rolls with the punches. Like I thought of it because Jamie, you mentioned the Portal movie that you were trying to think of.
Yeah.
There's this scene when him and Rowena are like walking through the park and she's like, are you coming? And he's like, where? And she's like, through that door. And there's just like a door in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, okay. And just like go through the door. So I really thought that movie did it well.
I feel like that's also something, another 0 days situation, but that's also something that Rick and Morty would be another example of just embracing absurdity, or The Hitchhiker's Guide for that matter, 0 days.
Yeah.
Those are just things that embrace the absurdity. And this movie did that in a really interesting way because it managed to both do that and still also be taken seriously, which is really hard to do. And scenes like the one you mentioned, Jamie, are perfect examples of how to do that. The date was perfect. Like there's a reason that's such a meme, because it was a fucking amazing scene. Like when she just starts going, nope, don't do that. You're like, what the fuck?
Nope. Oh, God.
It was such a great scene. I just love the way she talks to him in that moment. I'm just like, what's your problem? And it's like, oh man, you are fucked, buddy. Like, it was a really, really good scene. And there was just myriad scenes like that in this movie.
That leads perfect segue into my second question. I really just want to focus on this movie. A lot of the times I veer off into the more I can't remember the word I was about to say. My brain's not working. Anyway, we're going to talk about this movie more. I want to know some of your favorite scenes or scene or scenes. At least narrow it to 2. I'll give you 2.
Top 2 scenes?
Top 2 scenes if you can do it on the spot.
Let's start. All right.
Yeah,
Jamie.
I can start if you want time, Jamie.
Do you want
You
time?
start. You start.
My favorite 2, I think, are pretty close to each other. The first is because I think they really speak to like the deeper themes and implications of the film, and like show true horror to me is like the thing that you're trapped in, the like existential dread that is created by what has done. Like, yes, the like smashing the face into the brick is terrifying, but like these are the 2 scariest scenes, I think, to me. The first being when he gets up to go see, is it Sarah? I'm so
Yeah.
bad with names.
It is Sarah.
I think so.
And she's still asleep.
Yeah.
And she like whispers to him like, "Kill me."
Mm-hmm.
And he like turns
Super
back and
scary.
she's like, eyes closed, but she's like, "She's gone. You have to kill me now." Like that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Dude.
Like, she's in there. She's coming out. Just to like tell him to end it all because she's being tortured. And then this bleeds into my second favorite scene, which is how they did his swallowing of the pills and then immediately not being able to do it. Because I think those just highlighted why Bear is the true villain of this movie, of like both in the kill me scene and in that scene are times when it shines that he's like still trying to force it. He still wants it to work. He doesn't have, pardon my French, he doesn't have the balls to like do what he needs to do, which is either end his own life, have mercy on Nikki and end her life, or like somehow get her out of this, because he's got this person that he's made her existence hell, and he won't like embrace the responsibility of that and actually do something that he wants to find the loophole and take the easy way out, which I think is a huge theme of this movie of like, if you try and take the easy way out, you will have consequences. But those are my two favorites. Did I give you enough time, Jamie?
I think so.
Okay. What do you got?
So I think, so mine are this is hard. Okay. These like float around in my top five,
There we go.
So I think the customer service call is one of my favorites.
Yep.
Because not only is it hilarious, which quickly turns into terrifying. And also I feel like everyone knows this, but Curry Barker was the voice of the customer service guy.
Right.
So
and his dad was the trivia host.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. But I love the delivery of the customer service guy. Like, he just cannot be bothered. Like, you know, you can tell he has answered so many calls from people who are in like the worst situation of their lives, and he just could not care less. His delivery is so good. So I really love that, because it kind of gives the lay of the land, because you're not quite sure maybe at that point like what is going on, and then you realize after, okay, it is a possession, Nikki is elsewhere, this is what's kind of going on. So I love that. And then honestly, like, one of my favorite scenes is one of the sight gags of the movie, and it's when she duct tapes the door.
Yes.
So he can't go to work.
That's so awesome. If you're having trouble with the door, just stay home.
And I just love the whole setup as she's like, I made you the lunch, and they like give a little kiss, and then he turns, and the terror that like washes over him, and then you are like, what is he looking at? And then it turns and you're like, oh my gosh.
It's like,
so
Jesus Christ.
Not only is it just like bonkers crazy, but also like it's not that effective. It would never be that effective because she just didn't do it that well. So it's just so funny on so many levels.
It's so messy too. I want to know how much of the production budget. I know it's probably not a high percentage, but like how much duct tape did they have to buy?
A lot
to get that.
Like that was like 4 or 5 rolls at least.
Yeah,
and also
like,
to be the PA that's like in charge.
Oh, yeah.
Of, like you need to make this the messiest looking duct tape job. Like,
that's what I mean. Like it was all focused like in the door, like not all around the edges where it would have been effective.
Like she didn't know how to do it.
She wasn't really,
That's another fun fact that I forgot about in the moment. But when she's reading a book at one point, she's holding it upside down. So like the implication there is she actually isn't reading. She's just pretending to read because she's just sitting up waiting for Bear to wake up. So fucked up. So she's like pretending to read. Yeah. That is a great choice, Jamie. That one got me laughing so much.
Incredible.
Awesome.
Jeremy, do you got yours? Or you could even say one favorite, one that you didn't like, because you're our dissenting opinion.
There you go.
Ooh, hey. Now, hey,
let's do it.
Wonderful world.
Now here's
you are clear for landing.
Hey, yeah, we're gonna land it. We're gonna bring it on home. Now, look, there's so many like really good scenes. I love how this movie plays with that sort of fuzzy fine line between horror and comedy, because there are so many great comedic moments that we've talked about. The wish for $1 billion is absolutely incredible. Just the face is like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's incredible. The duct tape, any of Nikki just like on the verge of totally flipping out, and Baron's just like, and you can just feel his beehole clenching. Those fantastic. No notes whatsoever. Now, if I had to pick something that is my least favorite, I'll say what it is, and then I'll explain, because explanation does need to happen for when I say this.
All right.
It is the last scene when Nikki wakes up and she's just freaking out because, all of her friends are around her and are dead. And, like, not bad on its surface, but, like, the implication there of, like, what happens next, to me, is more interesting than the movie I did just watch. Because, like, you have this incredible thing that could just start happening then. Nikki wakes up in a house that she probably doesn't fully recognize, surrounded by all of her friends but dead, and she's got injuries and tattoos all of a sudden, and she doesn't remember.
Really bad injuries too. I mean,
Really
can you imagine
bad.
how her head felt when she woke up?
Not good, bro.
Really bad.
And like she maybe has vague memories of being in hell, and like her only clue as to what has even happened is a broken One Wish willow.
Yeah.
And she just goes and tries to piece together what happened, Memento style.
Yeah,
that sounds incredible.
Yeah,
I
think
maybe that'll be the sequel.
I feel the most bad for Sarah, obviously, because she did literally nothing wrong. But I do have, even though Ian was kind of an asshole, he just had $1 million. Just not
didn't get to spend a dime unless he spent it on an Uber.
Yeah, if he would have just not gone to his friend's house, he'd be a millionaire. But instead, he's like, "Yo, bro."
He told him not to go. He told him not to go. He did not
Ian's
listen.
an idiot.
He was an idiot.
That's a great scene too, when she just is like,
no,
doesn't even care.
Not
Just
worried about
ice
that.
fool.
Let's get this done with.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Right.
My favorite two scenes.
Oh, Clay, I'm sorry.
Were probably I loved. Can I just count the two parts of the party that were my favorite? Which is when she stands up and recites that bonkers ass poem to the whole room.
Someone would say that.
Just looking at Bear the whole time. And then
so
later in that, when like it's like kiss the person to your left, and she walks over and stands behind Sarah. I mean, I was waiting and this is another example of like them doing a really good job of turning our expectations against us. But like everybody expected her to just like snap Sarah's neck. We've seen that's what everybody was waiting for, and she just pulls the chair out, and then she goes over there and she's like. It's so fucking awesome and so much creepier, because then you just get the reactions of everybody. Like the easy way out would have been to have her snap Sarah's neck right there and start killing everybody, and it becomes a slasher. This movie didn't do that. It was just like she had enough awareness to not do that, but her awareness, that's where it is. It's like just enough to not kill people in public, but she'll do everything else in public, and you see it on multiple occasions, like at the date. She stands up, she's like screaming in this Italian restaurant. It's like, oh.
I think that goes to what you said earlier, Clay, of like this movie is an elevation of many of the like memes we see and such. And this isn't necessarily a question, but I love to hear y'all's comments on it. Of like, I think that's one thing this does, is not just the memes, but elevates situations to 1,000 that we've maybe all experienced. Of like, I've been in the same room with the couple that's a little too affectionate in public. I've been with the couple that's like fighting in a group setting, and you're like, okay, like taking that to like the terror level. I don't know how well do you think it did that, and do you think that is something it was going for? I guess is my panel question. We don't even have to go individually.
Yeah, I think it did it really well, and I think that's what's lending it so much to the discourse of everything. I saw like a tweet or an IG or something that was like, obsession is teaching us that the most terrifying thing that can happen to a woman is a guy having a crush on her. And I think it's like very like from the female point of view, I think it is kind of that like when nice guys show up and they, you know, like they're not like other guys, they're the nice guy, but then they are
what you being so nice for?
Yeah, and what happens when the nice guys don't get what they want? They wish your soul into hell, and that you get possessed by a demon to then become subservient to them. So
I will say on Jeremy's point though, like that is not what he wished for.
That is not what he wished for. That's not what he wished
100%.
No,
fair,
you're absolutely
fair. But yeah, I think that most women can relate to being on a date or encountering like a quote unquote nice guy. And maybe, you know, you don't like respond in a way he's expecting, and then the nice guy turns and becomes maybe not so nice or says something that you're like, well, that's not actually nice, or that's not how you would respond if you were actually interested in me as a person or something. So I think it definitely takes those experiences and makes them horrific.
Yeah. And like, you know, Baron, he just does that. Like when being just nice and there, it's not working for him. He just like brings up that she used to be bullied and called Freaky Nikki. And then she's like, the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
On the advice of his dickhead friend that's also like hooking up with her.
Full dickhead.
Well, however he did that worked for him. That's my guess.
Yeah, I guess.
In his mind. He's made that joke, obviously.
Probably.
Yeah. Like it's and I think like all of the things that you're seeing in this movie, they're very intentional. Like the filmmaking is on point. Everything is looking and feeling exactly the way that the director wants it to. Everything you're seeing here is on purpose. There is that whole thing of like, yeah, this is what it's like to be in a room with two people in a super toxic relationship and wanting to be anywhere but that room.
And the appetizers haven't even shown up yet.
They're never showing up.
They're never
showing up. And when they do, they're cat.
Their
cat. God, how old is the cat at that point? Because they had a whole montage before she cooked the cat.
Yeah,
it's not okay.
I'd love to. Clay, do you have anything on this one before I want to talk?
Sounds like you're moving on for a second question in a row.
Well, I want to talk
me.
about the cat, but hey, sorry, you go ahead.
What do you want to know about cats?
This again is more of a panel thing. In fact, I'm going to go to group layout because I just want to hear everyone's thoughts. Of like, do you think? Because I can see criticism happening of like Baron not being sympathetic enough for us to actually want to be following this story through his lens. I don't think that's true. I think I think Barker did a good job with the like cat early of like he has a heart, and we see like his grandmother's past. He had this cat that died. He's like really actually going through some emotional turmoil. It doesn't give him an excuse, but I guess my question for everybody would be, do you think it's necessary in a movie like this where he's definitely in the wrong and it's painting this horrific situation? Is it still necessary to do kind of that establishing of, you know what, we can understand a little bit about this person before we follow their trail? Because I guess the alternative would be like just thrusting you into the mind of someone that's horrible from the get-go with no redeeming qualities. And I don't know if that would work at all, because I do think Barker gives him a few little redeeming qualities, but I hope that wasn't too mixed of a question. Do you think that's necessary, what they did with that sort of emotional buy-in, and did it help the story?
Yeah, I think you have to care about characters for anything to be scary. Because if you don't care if people die, then you don't care if they die, and you won't be invested in whether they survive and what they can possibly do to do so. I don't think it's in this movie. I think it's more about making him human than making him sympathetic, because like what he does is unforgivable. And there's just a level to it where that's kind of the case, and he definitely crosses that level by murdering like a person he claims to care about and then keeping her murdered to serve as like his sex slave is super fucked up. And so there's no like redeeming him, but they do a good job of showing us his human side and doing it with something that I think is actually underutilized in terms of the emotional impact it has. Like, unless a movie is specifically about a relationship with a dog, it's not very often that we see what that grieving actually looks like. I was trying to think of it. I was like, man, I really liked that scene of him just crying when his cat died and like violently sobbing, because when my cat dies, that's what I'm going to do. Sometimes I cry just thinking about it happening. I've literally woken up from dreams where I'm like super sad, and I have this like quote in my head, about like that my wife said in a dream, and I was like, oh my god, that's the last thing that's gonna get said to Ellie. It's gonna be terrible. She's gonna die. And I woke up like crying. So like I really loved that moment because it was really humanizing, and I think they do a good job of doing that. The relationships felt really real, and they leaned into it with the same like intentionality and fervor as they did everything else in the movie. Like, it felt like a real happy friend group from work, like specifically from work too. Like they were that kind of friend group, it's like, yeah, we do trivia once a week, and then we all have crushes on each other. And that's like that's kind of how those groups develop a lot of the time. And it felt like a very relatable situation all the way up until when he makes the wish. Like, even the making of that wish, as fucked up as it is, I think is an understandable decision. Like, that isn't something that nobody would ever say. And the fact that he doesn't believe in the magic is the exact reason that it's relatable. Because, like, if you believed in the magic, then yeah, don't do that. Like, think really carefully about what wish you're going to make, and maybe make it about giving yourself an ability rather than making a choice that you're too chicken shit to make for somebody else and forcing that upon them. Make it about yourself. Use Jamie's advice and give yourself the courage, be the lion from the Wizard of Oz and learn how to roar, and don't fucking take away people's autonomy.
Yeah. Jamie?
This is such an interesting movie because I feel like you can think about it so much and then kind of like convince yourself different. Like, you can have different feelings about it. And I feel like I was actually sympathetic to Bear for a really long time until that where he really lost me was when she spoke to him when she was asleep and said, kill me, because I am like you. I've never been with you. This isn't me. I'm in pain. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna make it all about me.
Yeah. What's so bad about being with me?
What's bad about being with me? It was just the worst. And I was like, I'm out, dude. And then like
yeah.
Then he doubled down by sneaking out to go see Sarah, because he was like, oh, I have Nikki who's obsessed with me and will do anything in the world for me, but I'm still gonna go sneak out and possibly get like more action from this other girl. Like there was no redeeming that. It was awful. But I think like the death of the cat was definitely relatable. Kind of made me question, like, he's a little bit of a mess to begin with. You could tell that he was in a very transitional part of his life, as many people are in their like early 20s. Like he was living in his grandma's house. That was one side note. That was one aesthetic that I really loved in this movie, was that like his grandma's house was clearly from the 90s and like nothing had changed. And so it kind of just had that weird, like that kind of texture, like the 90s texture was all over, and I really loved that.
Yeah.
You want to know a funny thought I had about that probably a lot of people can relate to and was completely unrelated to the movie, was like, why are you so sad? You have a 3-bedroom house. Like, I'm like in a 600-foot square apartment. Like, shut up, dude. Get over it. You have a 3-bedroom house in California. Like, shut the hell up,
dude. Yeah, you are set
great.
for life, bro.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's not doing so bad.
Yeah.
But
there's another way to
kind
get
of
$1 million.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. There you go.
Right.
But he was just kind of a mess. I was like, well, why is he like scattering oxy everywhere that his cat was getting into it anyways? You know, like why were there pill bottles left all over the place that his cat was getting into it? I don't know. He was okay. He lost me pretty early. He was kind of a mess. But I mean, I don't know. I gotta respect love for a pet, though. That is sad.
I guess.
Yeah.
And I think, when it comes to like the cat and his grandma and stuff, I think it's there for a very specific purpose, and I don't think it's there to endear us to Baron. Because like you see, as he's interacting with his friends, and especially Nikki, he goes from that point where he's like sobbing, he's just openly weeping about his cat, and then he gets a call from Nikki, and everything gets pushed aside to just be okay around her and not seem like his life is terrible. Like he's got the movie is showing us that he has an unhealthy, debilitating kind of crush on Nikki. It's bad news. It's awful. Like, and that's one of those things where, like, I really don't think he's in the wrong here. He's just a spineless weenie who has no idea what to do with all the feelings he's feeling. He gets a pretty raw deal. Not the most raw deal in the movie.
Nikki gets that for sure.
Yeah.
He gets
Sarah
he gets
because of him.
Sarah gets a raw deal.
Yeah,
again
because of him. But like,
always because
like I feel like making the wish on the One Wish Willow is only fucked up if he believes in magic. Otherwise, it's just he's a sad boy. Now, sure, a lot of people did die because he didn't believe in magic.
Yeah,
sure.
So maybe like.
But on the customer service call, they did ask him, do you want to cancel the wish? And he was like, no, I just want to alter it.
Yeah,
so
he was still doing that. He continues to.
Yeah, he can't commit to anything.
No.
I also think
the spineless weenie.
He really
I want to share thoughts that hopefully open discussion. So it's not going to be an outright question, but like you've sparked two things in my mind here, Jeremy. First being his inability. I saw his inability of his unwillingness, not inability, his unwillingness to share the info about the cat with his friends. I saw more comes from the exact same place as his inability to ask Nikki on a date. And it's this like level of he both is projecting what he wants other people to be and also trying to control exactly what he thinks people should see him as, which is like strong and not spineless, because he's wrestling with the idea that he is probably spineless. That's kind of what I saw of, like, he actually is genuinely very upset about his cat. But when Nikki calls, he can't be the guy that gets upset about a cat because he doesn't think that she'll like that guy. And I think there's a lot of men specifically that I've met out there who are like, oh, I have to be this because she won't like that. And I'm like, have you tried? To just like,
what if you just tried
be yourself?
Give it a go.
And see if she likes that, because she probably will. Anyway, and then the other thing being, I have an interpretation of the wish that I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on. Of, you're right, Jeremy. He doesn't wish for what happens. The whole, I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone else in the world. But could it possibly be that the wish judges the intentions of the wisher, and like what he sees as loving you as more than anyone else in the world is because I think, again, I've talked to many young men who are like, oh, I just wish you like only cared about me and texted me all the time. And I'm like, I don't know if you want that.
Yeah,
I think you actually probably want somebody who has their own life separate from you. And so that's where I wonder, and I'd love to hear your thoughts of like, do you think that the wish plays off both what is wished upon and the intentions of the wisher? Whoever wants to jump.
Yes.
Okay.
I do think that the intention of the wisher seems to play a role. Because there's definitely lots of warnings on the box. Like, that's the first thing the store owner says. He's like, what do you mean you don't believe in magic? There's warnings all over the box. Like, what else can we do? Like, it's literally covered in warnings. That's all that's written on there. Please don't be careless with it. Oh, you already did. Okay, excellent. Well, there's nothing I can do to help you. Did you call customer service? Like, it's there's that level of sort of absurdity to it that I think anything you can assume about the wish is a possibility. So to me, the wish, the desire of the wish has to play a role, because otherwise you could make any kind of argument that the actions of Nikki don't necessarily match up with the wish directly. You know, it doesn't necessarily say, you know, like, Nikki, I wish Nikki would only be with me or something. If he'd wished something like that, then I would understand, like, her killing literally everybody that he's close to. I guess the other implication that would be up against is how much does the wish, like, play off the nature of the person that it is inhabiting? Like, is this the most evil version of Nikki's, like, nature coming out as well? Like, or would that look different from, because I wonder about this, like, say somebody who's in like a polyamorous relationship or something, like, and a big part of like love in that philosophy is like accepting that your partner's happiness is something you can learn to love. Like, what if somebody's view on loving somebody looked more like that? Would the wish have worked out?
Or like if you had a crush on a nun and her whole thing was like, I just got to lead this person to Jesus.
I got to get this guy to Jesus.
Like, that's what love means. And so
he's almost there.
He just gets a lady following him around, just being like, you need to become Catholic.
It's the obsession the nun crossover for the nun.
Oh, yeah.
She's just an extremely pushy conversionist.
Just a really pushy nun.
Yeah, this is not following you around being like, you need Jesus. Like, you go away now.
There's no one else in the world that I think needs it more than you now.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what we think possessed Nikki. Is it a version of Nikki, or is it a demon of whatever ilk?
Right.
What do you think? What's your opinion?
I feel like it is a separate demon, and I think that Nikki was taken out of the equation.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, I think it's an entity created by his his perceptions of what he thinks he wants Nikki to be. It's like the most evil version of what he's like putting on her is created. That was what I got. But
you don't think that she was assigned to like a salesman on the list, you know? Like Azazel's he's got great numbers when it comes to conversion in this category. Like when it comes to relational stuff and obsessive love, like nobody's better. Nobody's better. You got to talk to him.
But even then
he'll get the sale.
The demon could still take on that form, you know. You never know.
Last quarter, Azazel had a 9 to 1 conversion rate on murders. Like his numbers are off the charts. Like he'll get at least 3, 4, 5 souls out of this one account. You know.
Yeah. Screw tape. Be screw taping.
Wow, those
don't he
just C.S. Lewis cut.
So
nice, Jamie.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, he's here for the 1% of guests that'll be like, "That's C.S. Lewis." He just
Lewis.
Nice, Jamie.
You just did it well done.
Yeah.
Jeremy or Jamie, do you have any other comments on that before I end with the pretentious question of the week?
I would just say, he's going to have a pretentious question of the week.
Oh.
It's going to be so good. We're going to, our noses are going to be way up in the air. It's going to be incredible.
Fantastic. I'll get my wine glass with my pinky out.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You're ready.
I don't know, man. I just feel like the wish he made is so divorced from what he got by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, you want to show that that like, hey, this level of obsession is bad. Okay. He didn't wish for somebody to be like so obsessive and possessive of him. He wished for love, and he probably doesn't have the best idea of what that is because he's just a boy. He's just a little boy.
He's as you called him, a spineless weakling.
he's just a spineless weenie.
Yes,
but like even then, I don't know, man. It seems like a stretch to say that what he wanted and what happened were in any way connected.
Yeah, some people learn the careful what you wish for money by like having to pay back taxes that they didn't expect on $1 billion and realizing they really have like a couple million left afterwards.
Yeah.
And some people learn it by having all their friends and family murdered and skinned alive and worn and
eating cat.
Shot in the head and eating your own cat.
Eating some cat.
It's not an equal playing field.
That's true.
And then some people have to wake up from that bullshit, like Nikki at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking terrifying. Just all the evidence everywhere about how she murdered all of these people.
Mm-hmm.
And she's waking up to with like 19 concussions.
That's true.
Yeah. Some very severe brain damage.
Yeah.
And hemorrhaging, like internal bleeding all over the place. Sepsis, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Nice note to end on. Pretentious. Let's do
it. Okay. The pretentious question of the week, which really is just the question that I try and frame in more of a like general film or literature critique sense rather than like opinion based thing. Well, I mean, it's still opinion. Whatever. We call it the pretentious question of the week, people. Okay, just you got it. And Jamie, I want to ask this primarily to you, and hopefully it doesn't tread into like difficult water, but I really want to hear your opinion because you mentioned it during the debate.
Heads up. No
Heads
pressure.
up. Your debate, I think, brought up a really interesting point of like the treatment of women in a lot of horror films has been commented on a lot and often accurately so, being very poor. And I'm thinking about this movie in light of your sort of having to take that negative stance of like the two men. Yes, Ian gets shot, but that's it. And yes, Bear does die, but not violently. He swallows pills. But the two women, like Sarah does literally nothing other than have a crush on a guy she thinks is cool.
Yeah.
And isn't. Yeah. And she gets her face smashed repeatedly into a brick for it. And then Nikki goes through literal hell because of her crush on this guy. And so what I'm kind of wondering about on
his crush on her. I don't think that was reciprocated in the slightest.
Not reciprocated. You're right. Phrase that wrong. My question on the critique level is like, you've pointed out the point that he's trying to make, I think, or the point that you saw him trying to make of like, it's a dangerous thing for these like nice guys to have the crush on you. But where do you tiptoe on the line when you're watching it as like a female viewer of like the crazy amount of violence that's being done to make that point? Did it go over the top sometimes? Is it necessary? Yeah, I just would love to hear your thoughts on, because I think that's used often, even for like good metaphors. Maybe it's taken too far, where it's like, are we taking a little too much joy in this like murder of female characters that says something a little darker about male creatives?
That is a super interesting question. I think that so to answer directly about this movie, I did not think it went over the top. I thought that everything here was very purposeful and done in a way that was it was gruesome but extra effective for what the scene required, and like no more. I think a lot of times, like what I personally have a problem with, I think the only scene that was like uncomfortable was the scene where he's like essentially sexually assaulting her. That was really uncomfortable, but it was short and it wasn't graphic in my opinion.
Indy has said in interviews that like she doesn't ever want to do a scene like that again. I think she said that, but she said it was like the most uncomfortable of the film as well. And it was
I'm sure it was. And I'm sure they seem like the cast was very comfortable with each other, and I'm sure it was a very safe environment. But yeah, like as a viewer, it was uncomfortable because you knew what was happening. But it, like, to me, it wasn't graphic in a way that a lot of other horror movies are. So I think they actually in this movie did a really good job of not going there for the sake of shock value and only really doing it to add to the story. So I didn't have a problem with this movie. That's me personally. I think for horror movies in general, and like even horror literature, it's so interesting because I think horror, even though it doesn't seem like it, horror has so many like women creatives in it. And I think there are some like really amazing movies from horror female directors that are like, obviously The Substance was a huge one last year, and that was like so gruesome and so disgusting. But again, that was body horror because it literally related to body image, and it didn't do anything shocking that wasn't tied to that purpose. I think a lot of times, so full disclosure, I've never seen any of the Terrifier movies. I don't want to.
Neither have I.
Like, okay. I don't want to.
That's okay.
And I think that I've heard that the treatment of female bodies in those movies are gratuitous and, kind of your usual horror fare. I don't know. It's hard. I think that it's just kind of part of the genre. But then on the flip side, you have like the final girl trope where you have that strong female who can overcome the killer and be that survivor and be that kind of strong figure. I think you have a lot of in fiction and in movies, I think you have a lot of female creatives because horror has a really unique lens in which women can convey the horrors that are unique to being a woman. And I think that's the same for a lot of like non-binary directors right now. Like I think Jane Schoenbrunn, I think is how you pronounce their last name. But like they are coming out with some really interesting horror that I think is super unique to that lens. And so I think horror is such a unique genre because you can really, taking it from like the usual kind of like male directors, you can make it so interesting and expand it in so many ways without it being just about like girls being murdered, like naked girls being murdered or something. I think like thriller and true crime have kind of the same problem, you know, like I love true crime, but at a certain point I'm like, okay, this is like another murdered girl story. It's like another, and it becomes very exploitative, I think. So it's a hard, I don't know, it is a hard line to keep a balance on. And for me personally, it's just, did this add anything to the actual story? Did it add anything to the actual character? Are we using this to further a point, or are we just using it for shock value? I don't know. That was a lot. I don't know if I actually said anything.
I think you
definitely
absolutely, because I think you hit the nail on the head of, there's a lot to be said about like, is it being used to further the story, or is it pornographic in a sense, which doesn't have to even be nudity, but can be like, are you trying to get your audience to take pleasure in the gore is also a sort of form of like entertainment value that is beyond the narrative. And I think that's been done a lot in horror. Like, you know, there's literally the whole subgenre of torture porn, which is terrible.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. I think, I mean, there are definitely like, I know like, I personally don't watch like rape revenge genre movies, but there are some like very strong female directors who have made like classic movies in that genre that are kind of like that take back that narrative and, you know, reestablish the final girl in those movies as kind of the powerful one, and she take, you know, all that. I personally can't do that. But I understand the power in seeing that kind of horror through a female director's lens. So I think it is like, depending on the genre and depending on the purpose of the movie, there are different, I don't know, there's just, it's such a interesting topic. And I think just different people have different boundaries on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that is what I got, folks. Thank you, Jamie, for answering the pretentious question of the week excellently. Love to hear your opinions on that. Clay, I'll turn it over to you to close us out with ratings.
Yeah. So we're going to rate this thing, and the way we rate movies and books and shows on Fermented Fiction is we tell you how many substances of your choice do you need to enjoy it to its fullest extent. Exactly, Jamie. That's the exact vibe we're hoping for. And we will end with you so that you can once again tell us who you are, where we can find you, and what books we can buy from you as soon as possible. I'll start since I'm on the big screen already. I would say there's a lot of intentionality in this movie from start to finish. Every part of the set design and the props department, and the directing, the acting, it's painted throughout the movie how this story is going to go and how it's going basically from the jump. As soon as the wish happens, everything is going wrong and falling apart. So I know just from posting memes about it to promote this episode that there's lots of Easter eggs and obsession, and people love to point them out. So for the first watch, just watch it. Okay, don't don't consume anything because you need to pay attention and like enjoy the ride. It's a fun ride. Just go ahead and watch it. Watch it at a theater with a friend if you can. That is optimal viewing situation for this movie. And watch it at a time when other people are at the movie because the group experience is really fun for this one. I would recommend, go into the night show on like whatever day fits your level of appreciated social engagement. If you're a Tuesday person and you just want one other couple to be there, then go Tuesday. But if you like a big group reaction to a movie, this is a movie that draws group reactions. So going on a Friday or Saturday could be really fun.
And Clay, I would say if you're trying to avoid teenagers, don't go on the weekend because there were a lot of teenagers in my crowd.
But that was probably a fun crowd in a lot of ways.
Lots of blankets. They bring in blankets to the theaters these days. I don't know what these kids are about.
I mean, it's a good idea. Yeah. You love watching a movie with a blanket. And I'm sure nothing untowards is happening at all.
No.
So watch it sober the first time in a theater with a crowd if that's your thing, in a theater with less people if either way, theater if you can, go to the theater and watch it. It's still there. And then for the second viewing, watch it and go ahead and get whatever drink you prefer, whether that be a beer, you'll need probably a couple of them, whether it be whatever liquor you prefer to take a shot of. Or if you like to partake in other things, just get those things ready. If you're a weed person like me, take one hit every time you notice something new that you didn't notice before. And I think this will be a fun way to play this movie because you'll get a little bit in and then you'll get too intoxicated to continue noticing things. So you will be able to play this game multiple times before you get all the way through the movie and notice everything you've never seen before. It might require you to watch the first 15, 20 minutes multiple times. So you'll have to saddle up for that. But I think you can do it. That's my hard mode. I guess hard mode would be do two things every time you notice something new instead of just one. Travis?
Okay. I think Clayton's right on your first view. I would watch this totally sober the first time. Enjoy all the humor sprinkled through. Enjoy all the horror. Get your fingers up by your face and watch through as it's coming. As you know that she's going to crash through that window at any time. And then I'd say your second one's just there is no mode but hard mode. If you're going to drink,
if you're going to play a game,
you have to make the drinking game. Anytime you're genuinely terrified and genuinely laugh. And it's going to be a lot. You're going to be very toasted by the end of this movie. And that's the biggest compliment I could pay it. I can't even count the shots or sips, whichever one you want to do. I guess easier mode would be take sips every time you're genuinely terrified or genuinely laugh. And the hard mode
is take a whole ass shot.
Take whole shot every time you're genuinely terrified.
Just gonna be sloppy.
And add an extra layer of hard mode if you're a movie nerd like me or all of us on this panel. Anytime you're insanely impressed by the lighting and camera work, because hot damn, Barker,
good looking film.
Barker knows what he's doing. It's a good looking film.
Jeremy?
Yeah. Well, hey, now look, this is a tough rating because you need something, at least, or maybe just me. I need something to combat the just hopelessness of the film.
Yeah,
that's right. Level it out.
Me, I don't care for hopeless horror. It's always more effective if everybody dies at the end. When you have some reason to think hey man, something could go okay here. But this movie does not have that going for it. So if you find yourself losing hope, that's when you do a whole shot of something. Just a whole. It's if it starts to dip, come on, you gotta believe harder. And what says believing harder? Being a little drunker. You know?
Sure, that's one way to do it.
Oh yeah, man.
So you're just taking enough to get yourself to that point.
Yeah, you gotta.
You're drunk enough that you think you're right.
You gotta believe.
Until you believe. Until you believe in magic.
Until you believe.
You gotta believe.
Ultimately, the moral of this story is just fucking believe in magic.
Just believe in magic.
If anyone tells you that a thing is magic, believe in magic and don't fuck with that thing.
Like,
that's
at
basically
least hedge your bets, right?
Yeah, just don't do it. Like if someone's like, "That's cursed," put it down. Walk
Or
away from
collect
it.
it. Just put it on the shelf. Collect it.
Yeah, but lock it in something. Put it in something. Like go to the crystal shop and find a case of pure protective crystal and put it in there and put it on your shelf.
Like if you got like a mirror lined box, you'll want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a good way to do it. Jamie, how would you rate this movie? And then tell us one more time who you are, what you're working on, and where we can find it and you.
So I totally agree about the first time watch. I watched this totally sober. I've only seen it one time.
Yeah. Same.
So I need to remedy that. But funny story, I'm going to do a small shameless plug here too.
Do it.
So my partner and I went and saw this movie, and my partner is notorious for yelling at people in the theater who are talking during like times they shouldn't be talking.
Yes.
And so he's kind of the enforcer of the theater, and so it kind of mortifies me sometimes. But we call it angry dad mode, because he'll like put his hand up and be like, "Please," or he'll be like, "Shut up." And usually it works. Usually it's really effective. And so we were kind of concerned that he would have to do that this time, because we just weren't sure what the vibe was going to be. But the vibe was immaculate in our theater. It was packed. Everyone was just like on board, having a blast. It was, I think, like Clay said, one of the better theater going experiences like I've had in a long time. So my shameless plug is that my partner is the Ryan Olsen that corrected you, Travis, earlier.
Oh,
nice. Shout out, Ryan.
Great.
Thank you, Ryan, for being awesome.
Well, me and Ryan became best friends at one point.
Ryan also just had a full-on argument with somebody who was trying to argue that Sinister was better than this movie. And I love that.
That's very on brand. That's very on brand. So he also does a horror podcast. It's called Final Girl and Guy Pod. You should listen to it. Yes. But so then for the second watch, honestly, I'm gonna take a drink every time my girl Indy like blows me away.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a lot of drinks.
I know.
You mean every time she's on screen? Pretty much.
Okay, fair. Every time.
Just waterfall the whole movie.
Every time she makes an especially amazing facial expression.
Boom. I love it.
My personal favorite was her frowny face during Jenga.
Yes, that was awesome.
I can't even
Such a good frowny face.
That was
so
amazing.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And where can we find you online? And what do you want to sell to us?
You can find me online. My website is jamieleesong.com. I'm on Instagram, Jamie Lee Songwrites, and you can find my books at wherever you buy your books, Salthouse Place and Always the Quiet Ones.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Jamie. It was a blast to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hell yeah. It was really, really fun. And it was great to talk and chop up this movie, everybody. Until next week, we are doing a book launch party with MJ Kuhn for her new cyberpunk novel, Kill Switch Protocol. Yeah. And that's going to be a lot of fun. We got Adrian M. Gibson coming on the show. He is her co-host on SFF Addicts podcast. Be my first time interacting with him, so that'll be fun. But they have a great show over there. And Caden Love, who is a fellow cyberpunk author that you might know if you read in that genre. So come check that out next week. Go buy all of Jamie's stuff and say hello to her on Instagram and like and comment and leave book reviews, because that's the best thing you can do. And then go ahead and go to your library and be like, hey, give me all those books. Go do it. I'll put the links in the comments so you know every book that you need to shout at your library about, and then just get out there and start doing it. Start shouting. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next week. Jamie, thank you again.
Thank you, Jamie.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Later.